You got two dudes, they're like food on the rim. They're running in to fuck you up. They're running in to fuck you up, and guess what? They fucked you up. All you gotta do is somebody fucking turn and fucking run up. You understand? You can't watch. Fellas, it's one-on-one drive. It's Vegas closeout. Closeout, make him a driver. You can't foul a three-point shooter. You understand? You can't panic and start to foul a three-point shooter. But I'm here to tell you, you have to press up. You have to press up. These guys are shooting open threes, like open shit threes. You understand? You got it. Like you tried to say that was great. That was great. You stayed in the play and then you gotta keep playing. They're shooting at the end of the box. You gotta close out. They're 10 for 19 for three. You understand? They're 10 for 19 for three. You have to do a great job closing out. Shots. You can't back up. You gotta press up and not foul. And you gotta make a miss and then rebound. It's about the team that wins the most wars. It's about everything involving this. We're at the line for the rest of the game. We're shooting free throws. You understand that? I'm 18,000. We were in three.
Hey, keep rebounding. I got two. Yep. Let's go, White. Let's go. Let's go.
We break the game into 10 4-minute wars. Every college basketball game is the same in that immediate timeout accompanies the first dead ball under 4-minute period of time. So the 10th war is the last 4 minutes of the game. So the strongest, the toughest, the most pressure, that's when it all comes down.
It's about us. Do what we do. Have fun, play the game you love, play with amazing energy. How many deflections are we going to have? How many blockouts are you going to get? How many offensive rebounds will you get if you're a crasher? What's your ball pressure going to be like? How hard are you going to run the court? All of the things that we can control as a fast-paced, hard-playing together team. Let's be that.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
The number one thing we have to do is we have to define roles. Unless you play really hard for the name on the front of your jersey, Xavier, unless you give us maximum effort defensively, doesn't mean you have to be perfect, but your effort level really does have to be perfect. You have to fly around and play as hard as you can to the point where you can't breathe and you need a sub. And you have to do it again and again and again, every day and every game, because that's the identity of what we're building. And in this conference, in order to achieve the goals we have, you need guys that are willing to do it on the defensive end. We know a lot more about our team right now. We have a few things we really like about our team. We need some guys right now that are willing to roll their sleeves up and do the dirty work, that are willing to come in and not worry about scoring or shooting, and guard and rebound and set great screens and make the extra pass and do it for a 3 or 4 minute burst, do it really well, and come out of the game and then go back in and do it again. And if you don't play with all of your heart and soul for Xavier University on defense, you are not playing. You are not playing. You will not see that guy check in. He will not play. And I think that's the standard, and that's where we have to see this thing through. It'll be interesting to see how we go from here. So when you're unselfish like that and you embrace your role, you have a way of just growing your role and getting better. That's when quality depth wins out. Quality depth playing 8 or 9 guys when everyone's trying to get theirs, it becomes like a mess. And we're dealing with some of that right now.
What makes us human? Humanity is found in the actions that redefine care, actions that we at TriHealth take every day. By seeing those who feel invisible, hearing needs that have been ignored, TriHealth is healing the body and the human spirit, so all can know and live a better life.
All right, we thought they may change lineups, and they have. Davion, you're on number 1, Cosby, and just know this, that anytime a player in the last game 2 days ago made 5 threes, and they won the game because of his 5 threes, he comes into the game with super confidence. And remember, more than 90% of his field goal attempts come from 3, all right? Ryan, you're on number 6. Ryan, early, hit him with your chest, no fouls. Remember, he crashes the offensive glass. Be alert and don't be surprised as he tries to force his dribble through your chest, right? He keeps his dribble, like his dribble's never over. It's now a crossover, now it's a pivot. He's just hungry to score. As always, fellas, the team who wins the most wars wins the game. You felt that in the last game as we started to surge. Every 4 minutes, the spread went. You start to strip them of hope, and the game favors the more disciplined, more consistent team. This is about next play, next war, no matter what happens. Be the team at the end of 10 that's won more wars than Wake Forest. Do what we do. Nobody here's got to get 30 and 15. But what we definitely got to do is we have to stay true to who we are. We are fast-paced. We are a hard-playing team playing against a hard-playing team, and we stick together, okay? That's it. That's our job. That's our role. That's what we do. Be the best version of who you are and who we are as a team. We're going to play our best game of the year here this afternoon. And the last part is this, fellas. Look, lifting weights in the gym, working in practice, showing up early this morning. This is what it's about. When you're playing an ACC team, you're playing at home in front of the normal great crowd. Have fun, man. Let's go. All in.
Right now, we have a virus that everybody is looking at the stat sheet, trying to get as many points as they possibly can. And they want to win, but they really want to win and score. We need a couple guys that are willing to rebound, defend, make the extra pass, play at a very, very high level defensively, and understand that that's what makes a team great.
It's been tough. You know, I came in expecting to play mostly the 4 and then a little bit of 5 throughout this season, and now I'm pretty much solely at the 5 because that's what's needed. And at the end of the day, it's whatever the team needs. So I'm going to do my best to fill those shoes. Obviously, I can't fill 6'10", 6'11", 250. Like, that's just not me. But I can still play as hard as I want. I mean, I'm still 6'9", 230. I'm not little. So, you know, I'm going to, you know, do everything I can to just bang down there and do whatever this team needs to get a win.
Well, I mean, losing him just made everybody, you know, kind of shift a little bit and just know that we all have to just pick up in general because we lost, just a huge front court player for us. And, I mean, his ability to block shots, rebound, hustle, and just make plays really just hurt us losing him. And so everyone kind of just had to pick up in areas to just help with that, losing him.
I think it's all just, you know, just part of us growing just as a team. And I play with a great group of guys who, you know, just help me get easy shots, you know, and I feel like that's just my job to, you know, knock them down. And, you know, when I need to go score or make a play, you know, I can do that as well. But I think I just play in a great system, you know, with a great coaching staff that, you know, puts me in, you know, great positions to succeed. And it's just been a fun season so far. So I just hope we just keep it going and continue to get better day by day.
I mean, I definitely feel like I have a leadership role on the team, and it's my job to be more vocal, to just help the guys and pick the guys up, because that's kind of been one thing that we've been lacking is just some energy at times, which is why some of those games seem a little closer or seem a little harder than they have to be. So it's all just a learning process, and you can look to see me being more vocal on the court just to help the guys out in general.
Me being a point guard, I feel like that's something that I need to do. You know, if somebody's having a tough night or just as a team, we just need to focus more up on a certain aspect of the game. I feel like that's where I come in and, you know, I can help Coach Miller do that on the court. So just, you know, encouraging guys and keeping their confidence up. And I feel like it's definitely a part of, you know, being a leader.
You got to come ripping off here and hit the duck in. You got to come ripping off on the third side, duck drive. You got to go and spray it, find your X, flash. Look, next action. Then you got to hit the next action too. And what's going to happen is you're going to get an open 3 or a great shot. You got to run. You got to run the shit. Move it early. An early straight cut. And then when the ball's coming at the pair side, corner chase and split over.
There's no such thing as an easy game in college basketball. It doesn't matter who you play. But at the end of the day, like especially at Cintas, we're supposed to defend the home court better. I need to be a better leader for this team overall.
Nowadays, the transfer portal is like an all-star team. You know, you get the best player from each team, and you all put them on one team. So, just trying to figure out where people fit in best and getting people to execute their best in that role.
Amazing, man.
Fellas, I don't have a lot to say. Thrilled with the win. Thought it was a total team win. About everybody that came in the game and played contributed. In some ways, we wore them down. Our defense could have been better in the second half, and I think you guys know this. It's not like we have all this room for air rebounding, but we can't let teams get us on the second shots, right? We want to have that advantage when we're on offense, and we want to have that advantage with our pace, but we can't give that advantage up because they big boy us in and around the rim on second shots, okay? But our defense was a big factor in us winning the game. How many deflections did Ryan talk about that? 11. You get 10 or more deflections in the game. I did that analogy about performance.
I mean, we know what we have in this locker room. We know what we're capable of, and we got to come to work and just keep our head down and keep on pushing every day. So, and I think it'll all work out.
All in.
It was a beautiful day in Cincinnati. James looked out the window and saw Bud scoping out competition, where James saw none. James, in the spirit of Pella hospitality, invited him in. Bud hoped to find a flaw. Maybe it was in the finish, or the quality, or selection, but he found none. Get your full service, delivery, removal, and installation all included. Call Pella now.
I think everyone knows we have a young staff. You know, I think Coach Miller did it on purpose. And for me, you know, being 34, I feel like I can really relate to the players and, you know, have fun with it.
They're shooting the free throw. We win this, it's over. Let's go right there. The biggest thing is those gaps, though. Like Coach Jackson was saying, ball pressure, have to be better on the ball. We were really good. They had nowhere to drive. Zach, 2 really good closeouts on the perimeter, right?
Yeah.
Lowest, closest. We have to be ready to rotate over if he does get beat. Great job. Let's finish this shit.
You know, I think it gets caught in the shuffle that these are still like young men. Our job is to make sure we're not sugarcoating anything. We got to tell them the truth, but at the same time, it's okay. You're going to be all right. We have the next game. I think Coach Jackson and I are focused on the defensive side. So what can Zach Fremantle, what can Davion McKnight, what can all of our guys do better on defense? And also saying, look, you did this really well. That positive reinforcement and showing them they're doing good things as well, I think is really important.
The defense right now is awesome. Like, just know you have trail at the top. Yeah. Be careful when you jump and you don't play off two. You made a great pass, Rome will finish that. Great look, but be careful on that. That's where your turnovers were at Boise, right? But again,
they're still learning Xavier for the first time. They're still learning Sean Miller, David Miller, Adam Cohen, Dante Jackson, our entire staff. They're learning us as we're learning them, and that takes time. And, you know, some of them are 22, 23, and they are who they are. And to get them to buy into what we're selling, it takes some time. So I think now you're seeing it. It might not happen right away. And I think through the non-conference, that's when we're learning about them. They're still learning about us and getting the best out of these guys. And quite frankly, getting them to buy into a different role. Some of these guys are coming from low major, mid-major basketball where they're the guy. In every game, it's like they're doing whatever they want. They're doing their role, and it's like everything depends on them. That might not be the same here. And to get them to buy into that role, I think that's what Coach Miller and our staff is looking for every day.
Just trying to mesh well with different guys, just understand the coach and what everybody wants to see out of you, just how guys play and just learning how to play off other guys. I mean, you're essentially just learning a whole new system and a whole new team, you know, all in 1 year. And so it's going to take a course of a season to just prepare and get better. And you can't really rush things. You have to just grow and just look to get better each and every day, and then you'll get the outcome that you desire.
We definitely had some games where, you know, we probably wanted to win by a larger margin, you know, but I think everything happens for a reason, you know, so I just got to stay consistent and, you know, keep on going, you know, just no matter who we playing against, you know, I just got to be at my best.
You know, we obviously won 80-55, and we did a number of good things. I didn't really feel good about how we played, how it felt. I have to do a better job, and I think I have more information of this is our role, this is your role, this is how we're going to move forward, and you're going to have to embrace it, accept it, do it really well. And if you want it to grow, that's the first good step, embracing the role. November is a month where you learn a lot about your team. I feel like we're learning more and more about our team. Now the next step is when we go to Florida, we have to have more defined roles in the 8, 9 guys we're going to play.
After, I think, 11 seasons so far I've been with Coach Miller, his biggest thing is preparation and his focus. It's insane how focused he is and how locked in he is, off days, in game, and all that.
The number one thing we have to pack and take with us, we cannot get big boy or glass. We have to do a great job blocking out and rebound. Great job. Not a good job, but a great job.
One thing is offensive rebounding. We've kind of struggled there, and that's another thing losing Brazil did was just he was a great offensive rebounder. So that's one thing guys like me, Swain, Rome, and Fremantle just have to do a better job just creating extra possessions for us. And that's because we do a great job on the defensive glass right now. So if we can really just carve out a few extra possessions here and there, I feel like our team will be a lot better.
So far, I don't think the team's played very well. I think we have a lot, like, we can take it to another level. And me personally, I think I could give a lot more out there as well. So I think we're going to keep going this way,
For us, there's so much information and so many different analytics now, it can almost drive you crazy. And you have to really focus in for our guys. We can't give them 25 things. It's impossible. You or I can't focus on 25 different things. They have a million things going on while dealing with class, while dealing with all the stuff that they have to deal with. So for us, giving them specific goals, Cam Miller does a great job with our graphics and everything to make sure it's clear and concise.
In Florida, that's what the deal is. There's going to be 20 wars, 10 in the first game, 10 in the second. We got to be about the things we talk about. One thing I want to just make sure we're clear on, and that's why I want to bring you in. Elite shooting from 2, 22 from 41, 54%, great job. 11 for 24 from 3, a lot of guys shooting the ball well. Free throw percentage, what do you notice? Very, very different. We only shot 4 free throw attempts. I want to ask you, what is the reason you think that we only shot 4 free throw attempts? Zone. I'd say that was a part of it. That was the most zone we faced. But it also tells you how we played against the zone a little bit. And I've shared this when we worked on our zone offense today. When a team plays the zone on you, you have to be physical with your body, ducking in and screening and flashing. We can't just be relying on pretty passing, cutting, and guys catching it in the middle.
They have the information of like, no. You aren't crashing. Here's why. Here's the offensive rebounding percentage. You're not boxing out. Here's why. Here are the clips. You've gone this many times. We have to get better at that. And just giving them specific information. There's no gray area, as Coach says, right? It is cut and dry. We hit the goal or we didn't. What can we get better at for the next game?
You got to drive it with force. You have to post up. You have to screen. And then, fellas, the last part is, look at the next one. This is the biggest point. We got 29% on the offensive glass. Marcus, among the many good things you're doing for our team, and I would say the same thing to Dalen, I can't believe that both of you guys, when we combine you, what you're doing on the offensive glass. When I tell you there's a whole nother level that we can be at as a team, if you two guys just go after the ball harder and are more productive. Right now, between the two of you, you combine for about 1 offensive rebound a game. And I don't mean each. Combine, think about who you are and all the different things. We have to get more out of you on the glass.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes you just focus every time the shot goes up, that knowing you have to crash, because the next day you're going to see the amount of times you crashed and you didn't crash, and you want that number, you want your percentage to be high for the amount of times you crash. So just seeing that just helps you stay focused and just know that that's your role on the team. Like when the shot goes up, you need to crash and help our team win by getting extra possessions.
You're 9 for 14 there, right? Marcus 6 for 12. You see it on the offensive glass. Zach, you didn't go. You and Jerome didn't, or at least you didn't go nearly as much as you did in the previous game against Wake. You can feel it, right? Look at our rebounds. If you take Jerome Hunter off the team, he got 3 and he went 17 times in a row. We only had 2 second shots for the game. Again, playing against the zone. Why do we shoot 4 free throws? This is a big part of it. If you look at the blockouts right here, same thing. Dalen, you can be better. Ryan, you can be better. Dante, you can be way better. Zach, great job. So you look at Zach, he blocks out 20 opportunities, 17 of the 20 times we feel like he did what he was supposed to. He got 9 defensive rebounds. 9. Great job.
I mean, that's what Xavier is. Xavier's never been the pretty team. Xavier's always been the gritty team. And I think a lot of people are going to step up in ways that they, quite frankly, haven't yet. So yeah, I think we're still very much a work in progress.
Marcus, conversely, defensive rebounding, you're doing a great job. Look at that. 5 defensive rebounds, you blocked out 16 out of 17 times. Dalen and Marcus going to the tournament, we need more offensive rebound from both of you guys.
An MTE, like going to Florida, a veteran guy like yourself, what are some lessons or maybe something that you learned from that experience?
That experience sucked.
You may know Fort Washington Investment Advisors as an institutional money manager, but you may not know their private client group. The private client group begins every conversation with one simple question: how can we help? And because they're backed by the strength of Western and Southern Financial Group, they focus on you and the people you care about. For tailored wealth management services designed to help you meet your goals, you can trust Fort Washington's private client group.
Back in the day when I played in the late 80s and early 90s, my coach and all the coaches in college basketball would say, we want to hit our stride in March. We want to be at our best in league play. After Christmas is when we want to be the best that we can be. When you get to March Madness and you listen to the Selection Sunday show and the selection committee and people talking about who's going to make the tournament, who isn't, who's successful, and why, they always point towards, well, who did they beat? Who did they beat in non-conference? Who did they play? Who did they schedule? If you really think about today's college basketball model, I don't think there's a more pivotal month than November. You can't take 6 weeks to warm up and figure it out either.
Hey, you said like name you gonna.
That's a great question.
Name you gonna avoid.
I feel like it's got to be different people. Like different people. Like, no, let me try something new with this egg.
You know what? Today you gonna have to have it easy. Who can figure that out?
I feel like, you know, because it's like one of those things where there's so many different ways to cook different things that, like, okay, well, this works for bread, let's try it for an egg. This works for whatever, let's try it for an egg. So over time. That's, I bet you, like, you know, people, we used to be hunters and gatherers, and like a lot of animals in eggs. So they probably saw like, oh, snake is an egg. I'm like, yeah. So no, all right, we gonna try that. It's just funny.
They like they eat serious manufactured eggs. Like we get.
Okay, so in your mind, what came first and chicken and egg? Oh, it has to be the egg. Egg has chicken from whatever the chicken involved. Has to be this.
Well, that's that Luke Harris's education. Not fooling, right?
Yeah, I see some other guys. Yeah, huh? Steaks, white steaks, everything. Oh, yeah. I can snake. Oh, for sure get a snake. Yeah, round the neck, everything. I was just one of them type of.
Oh, that's great.
We got different fears. That ain't really scary for real.
I mean, I probably would get scared if like a snake was crawling at me, but if I didn't see one, I'd be like, oh, it's a snake.
Like, if they had it around their neck, would you put it around yours? Nah.
What if it just goes rogue?
I mean, it was your time.
Me and you are in a war. I can't front with my butt. You're not gonna. You're done. if it's a good pass, right? So on a duck in, right, I'm fighting force to force. You duck me and I duck you in. But my default, if I'm going to tell you me to front, I got to chest front for a second and just know that if it's thrown over my head, I'm just going to push you to the baseline and my teammates are going to help. And by the way, the only pass they can throw is the over-the-top pass, all right? Now, you're off the lane, which he does a lot. Again, if I start to do this shit right here, just you flip your hips and seal me. I mean, you follow me on that? Like, I can't front with my back off the lane. I top block, right? So again, it's like I'm playing perimeter defense and going. If you backdoor cut me, I flip my head. You try to go a little further out, I'm gonna push you out. I'm good. That's how I front off the lane. So the off the lane, which is a big deal, my chest is on you, right? Boom. And the same thing on a duck in. He's wrapping me or ducking me in. Both of my fronts are chest front. Well, the only time I'm ever gonna really like front is like, you're on the block, whatever, and I'm gonna try to take your space and sit on your knees, maybe at the end of a roll or something like that, But for the most part, that's the fight against him. Okay, I want 3 to 4 passes, first side, second side, set one ball screen, get into the post, throw it in, okay? Go, random, here we go. Gotta work, John. Here we go, ball pressure, go, hit, cut, come on, move it, Brad, move it. Good, ball screen, hello, low, jump, run, John. Good, swing it, good, give it to him. Good. Crowd, who you got, Daylen? Shooter Daylen. Dang. Good. So Daylen, that's Stewed anyway, right? Remember this, that's what I said. He goes to the ball side slot, you're this way, right? You're this way, I'm seeing him. If he cuts right through you, see it? Will South Carolina play a 1-3-1? They've already played it 13 possessions. There's no doubt at some point they're gonna put it up there. Is there any questions about what we're gonna do? Okay, last thing in today's practice, and I want to challenge it. I want 12 minutes, and I don't want any bullshit on it. I don't want any defense. We're gonna go full speed, 5-on-0, play card execution, know the plays, start the plays the correct way, run 1,000 miles an hour so it's game speed, and finish the day. That's it, this is the last thing. The biggest difference between this team and the 2 other Xavier teams that I've coached on my return to Xavier is we can beat a team with our defense. There's times in a game where we're very difficult to score against. But what that requires is high energy and effort and alertness. You can't do it with the starting group. You have to do it with your bench guys and the starting group. You have to do it as a team. And the shit is not easy, and it's not nearly as fun as making a bunch of threes. But I'm here to tell you, tomorrow will be decided when a shot goes up. How physical are we? Can we get defensive stops against good players and a good team? And can we be who we are on offense? And everybody knows how we play on offense, all right? And we're only gonna get better on offense. But in this tournament, if we're here to win it, you're gonna have to win it, and we're gonna have to win it with our defense every bit as much as our offense. We gotta be that group that can beat that team tomorrow with our defense and our offense. But we're here to win this deal, okay? We're the better team, fellas. We're the better team. We gotta beat that. All right. Good job, man. Where are my brothers? 1, 2, 3.
This being my first year, new team, new experiences. I definitely just enjoyed just being locked in on the task at hand, just the day that we have today. We feel like, we are capable of being a ranked team too. So, I feel like we have the skill set, the ability, just the depth, all that we need, in order to be, a great team.
I mean, it's just consistency every day. I think we have a good plan in place. It's just about getting everyone to fully buy in, fully go as hard as they can every day. And the roles can expand as the season goes on. Once you really buy in and start doing things the right way, your role can easily expand.
I feel like our motivation is, where we want to be at the end of the day. Getting to the tournament, getting as many wins as we can. I feel like that's our goals, and just having, confidence, and, the coaches, they have instilled an unlimited amount of confidence in me.
But again, I can't say this enough. I first off as a guard, big, what do? I tap and go, short roll or pop. And then the ball's gotta have energy, we gotta move it, fellas. They're jumping ball screens. They're really getting out, right? Think about it. From the guard, what do I do against the jump? Up first.
Yeah, I mean, coaches always have a great game plan and telling us how to, you know, just beat the defense and just how to defend the other team. And then we have a great scout team. So, I mean, they put a lot of time in preparation for us just to know our assignments, our coverages, and just how to execute. And so it's just our job to listen, take it in, study, and then just be able to execute when we get on the court.
Next up is our fourth kill of the game. Again, what we're doing a great job of is they get no second shots against our team. All 5 guys are blocking up. We got to cut down on our turnover.
I mean, it's nothing specific that I do other than just make sure that I, do get in the gym and, continue just to nitpick and see how I can just get my shot off faster, what ways I can be more consistent, and just being locked in every workout that I have. So when the games come, it'll translate.
Well, I haven't played basketball in over a year and a half. So it's just the game still moves a little fast to me, but it's definitely getting better. I'm definitely out feeling more comfortable out there. It's just the next play mentality. They hit a 3, okay, now what are we going to do on offense? Now how are we going to get a stop on the other end? And you just got to keep going through like that. Sometimes people are going to come in, have a great night. Sometimes it's just your night, but we got to roll with those punches and figure out how to beat them despite all that. Once you get to March Madness time, like the first weekend, you play 2 games in 3 days. I think it might be the same for the second weekend, and you don't really get a break unless you really get deep into that. So, you have to be ready to play like that. Same thing with Big East tournament. You got 4 games in 4 days, like 3 games in 4 days. So you got to be ready. You got to always, learn how to take care of yourself through that. I was in the hotel doing ice baths in the hotel room and whatnot. So you just got to figure out how you can take care of yourself through processes like that.
It's about the 6th war. If I'm the coach who says it's 10 4-minute wars, when things are good, I can't just talk about it. When things aren't good, we're away from Cintas, we're at home, we're on the road, we're down in double digits. Man, things aren't feeling good. It's like, do we believe in each other? Do we believe in what we do? Can we actually go out there and in these next 4 minutes, really fucking run Wildcat, do a great job, be unselfish, drive the ball, take care of the ball, defend well. Get 1 shot, block out, no second shots, sprint the court, play a game, and win the first war. And then come back and get the second one. And everybody contribute. Guys that start contribute, guys that come off the bench contribute. We play as a group, we finish this shit. We just go boom, 6th war, 7th war, 8th war, all the way through. It's not up to Zach, he doesn't have to need 30. It's not up to Ryan, he doesn't need 30. What we have to do is as a group, as a team, as a group of 9 players that I'm playing, you have to come out, you have to fucking execute and play with great effort. Execute and play with great effort. Take more pride in getting over. Look, I'm just telling you right now, if you cut from the pair side, and you early straight cut, once in a while, by the way, if he's denying it, back cut. Doesn't matter. The big man can drive it, flip his hips, and go boom. You understand? Go overcut. Give it to the first guy once in a while. Hard rim run. Hit the high fill. Button hook. Throw it in. We've done it day in, day out. The thing that made us such a good offensive team left us in the first 20 minutes. We have to get it back. Shit's about the 6th war. It's about competing. Play your game. Play basketball. Don't think shit. I'm not gonna jerk you unless you go out there and fucking set a fucking illegal screen at 40 feet. Like, you gotta play the game and just keep us going. Let's go, man. Let's go!
I mean, Coach is a very intense guy, he's very passionate. He really, really cares about what he's doing. So I think everyone feeds off that. They can see how much he cares about us. And yeah, it's just like once he starts getting going, you gotta do what he wants you to do and do it to the best of your ability.
Fellas, when I call sets, this isn't the game to forget the set play. You gotta run our shit.
You gotta front without fouling, and Pistol's gotta be an aggressive switch.
Sit on his fucking knees. Beat him up. Beat his ass up. Sit on his knees, okay? When you switch, don't be soft.
That was a great
Gotta pound.
Yep.
Great example right there.
Yep.
You fought like created a jump ball or a ball. If you don't compete, it's his ball, right? Good job.
Yep. Great.
We do share the ball. And look, we have a lot of guys making shots too. That's not our issue. With 7.5 minutes to go against Michigan, and I thought they were the better team than us, we were down 8 points. But in the last 8 minutes of that game, they beat us 19-2. And then when you look at the score, like, man, Xavier lost by 25 points to Michigan. And we did. But we lost 19-2 down the stretch. Like, to me, we ran out of juice. They did it.
I've played basketball for a very, very long time. I've never gotten to the point where I was so tired I needed to ask for a sub in my entire life. I couldn't play more than 2 minutes in that game, and it wasn't anything that they were doing. It wasn't anything that we were doing. I don't know what it was. I couldn't breathe. And it was just a really unfortunate game for that to happen. It's not gonna happen again.
Our issue is we need more guys contributing on the defensive end, holding their water, making big plays, being consistent, playing without fouling, and taking more pride in that than we currently do. And if you don't play with all of your heart and soul for Xavier University on defense, you are not playing. You are not playing.
I think that game against Michigan was the worst loss of my career. I can't even think of a more embarrassing loss I've taken. And I really hope we get to see them in the tournament. I want to play that game again.
You win as a team, and you lose as a team. Damari Burnett, I think he's a good player. I really do. Yep, he had 5 points. We won a championship. We won a championship. It ain't about points. It's about the team you're on, how good you are. We gotta be that team. By the way, we actually did some good things in tonight's game, and we need to recognize that as well. Okay? Win as a team, lose as a team. I'm not pointing a finger at anybody, and I'm certainly not going to give everyone all glory when we lose one. We got to kind of stay the course, lock in, and now our path becomes leave it, learn from it, grow from it. Game 8, who are we going to be when we go from there? All right? Sure.
Well, about that, you see, about that.
1, 2, 3.
Oh,